know where exactly I'm gonna post this, or if I'm even gonna post this at all. But I am just thoroughly confused. Got in a fight with my mom yesterday. I finally told her how I felt about the fact that she just keeps having babies. That I'm scared. I'm scared for her life and her health. And then I'm like sitting here logically thinking, trying to put myself in her brain, which I know is not healthy for me. I shouldn't be doing that because I'm an empath and I have a serious problem with that. But I'm over here trying to put myself in her brain and understand why. Why? For perspective, my mom's about to have 14 when she has these babies. She's pregnant with her first set of twins right now. My mom is gonna have 4 babies in diapers. Because Maria is still in diapers, Elizabeth is still in diapers, and then the 2 twins. And she's gonna be breastfeeding. Or maybe she's not gonna breastfeed. But that's still bottles. That's still feeding that hoe every fucking hour. Because they say every 2 hours, but no, those babies, they eat every hour. Whoever told you those hoes only eat every 2 hours is a liar. Because I have a baby. That's my car seat. And I'm the oldest. I raised a lot of those kids. I helped out a lot more than I should have had to with a good portion of those kids. And I stayed until I turned 18. Like, I wasn't... My sister left when she was 15. And I feel like she doesn't have anything to complain about. She left! It was too much for her, so she left. I didn't leave. I fucking stuck around. I fucking stuck it out. And then, okay, so here's the drama with my mom. She gets taken to the hospital on emergency Tuesday, and she's been there. It's Friday. I found out yesterday. So it's like, I went through foster care with you. I went through you learning how to be a parent while also continuously popping out kids. I went through an adjustment period. I endured abuse. I endured forceful grown-upness. And I know that doesn't, like, those aren't, like, words, and this isn't, like, accurate grammar, but, like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like they forced me to grow up at such a young age. They forced me to give up my childhood. And it feels like force because they made me feel like I was supposed to want it. They were like, you're the oldest. It is your responsibility. You're the sister. You're the big sister. Don't be like Allison. Don't be like Allison. My whole life. Even when she was still in the fucking house. Don't be like Allison. Don't be like Allison. And I know right now that my siblings are listening to don't be like Acacia. Don't be like Acacia. Don't be like Allison. Don't be like Allie and Acacia. And you're pregnant again. So the hormones and the stress, I feel like you're addicted to stress. I feel like she's addicted to stress. I feel like she's addicted to the feeling of overwhelming, gonna die stress, because that is a type of stress, that is the type of anxiety that my mom feels. And I know she feels it because I've watched it my whole life. I've watched this woman literally let her body wither away to nothingness and almost die for children. It's not even for the children, it's just to produce them. Because at the end of the day, it's us raising each other, taking care of each other, feeding each other, making sure each other's diapers are changed, fucking making sure everybody's dressed and clothed and brushed their hair and got their shoes on and fucking Because it's not her. Growing up, she didn't dress the babies. We did. She gave us the clothes. Like, she bought the clothes. She made sure we had clothes. She did everything to make sure we had enough food. She made sure that we had enough of everything that we needed. But she didn't do any of the work. And that would be fine if she just didn't keep going. I mean, it's not fine. Either way, it's not fine. She should have been putting in the effort and the work that, like, us siblings, us kids, should not have been putting in the effort and the work into each other that we had to. And that is turning us all into empaths. Like, my sister's an empath. She doesn't know it yet, but she's an empath. I can see it because I'm an empath. And being an empath is not a good thing. Like, everybody thinks it's a good thing. It's not. Because it makes it really hard to take care of yourself. It makes it really hard to prioritize yourself when you need to. And my mom does it too, because she doesn't eat food. She doesn't eat food. She doesn't take her medicine. She doesn't go to the doctors. My mom's fucking old. She's not even 40 yet. And she has no teeth. My mom's not even 40 and she can't even eat Lay's chips without crying about her teeth hurting or her mouth hurting. My mom's not even 40 yet, and she's swishing her mouth out with hydrogen peroxide and fucking Listerine, alcohol, fucking mouthwash all day because her fucking mouth hurts. Because her teeth are rotting away. But she's not even 40. And my dad has to work. So obviously he can't help out because he has to pay for all these kids. And so of course we all missed out on having our dad around because my dad has to pay for all these kids. I mean, Mateo misses out on me right now because I'm going to school, but I'm almost done with school. Mateo's not even gonna remember missing out on me because I was in school. Mateo, if my baby daddy were to get out of jail and, you know, this next 2 years he just spent working on himself and doing better and going to therapy and doing anger management and whatever and drug rehabilitation, he really does buckle up and do better so that he can be there for his kid, and he gets his kid back and everything goes back to normal, we can co-parent and me and Wyatt get married, like, and our lives move on with Ivan in it. Mateo would never remember or be affected by Ivan's actions 7 months ago. Probably. I mean, he may have some underlying, like, tics that he does. Like, he might, like, fucking go through a period of time where he's anxious because he doesn't, right now, he doesn't know who Ivan is. He doesn't remember him. But, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, my mom was learning over and over and over. Well, she was trying to teach herself over and over and over and over again, repeatedly, without finishing the lesson. She completed a year of the first lesson. Everybody said, good job, you can successfully raise a 1-year-old, and she was like, okay, let's do it again. I need to do it again, I need to do it better this time. And every single time, it's like you still have to complete 2 and 3 and 4. And you should probably complete level 5 too before you try and do another one. But like, no, she doesn't do that. And now she's gonna have 2 at the same time. My mom gets so anxious, she can't handle it. Like, my mom swears up and down that she didn't have like postpartum or anything like that, or like she didn't get crazy or dangerous or anything like that after having the babies, but like she has. I'm sorry to admit it, Mom, if you ever see this video, if I ever end up posting it and somehow you end up seeing it, you do. You have postpartum really bad. Really bad. There's a couple of times that you probably should have, went to the hospital for a couple days, couple weeks, just to get mentally okay again. And there's nothing wrong with it. At all. I've questioned it for myself before. I've gotten to that point of okay, am I okay, or should I see someone? Should I go to the doctor, or am I okay? And inevitably, in the end, I've been able to figure it out. Also, I'm in therapy, in a healthy relationship, and I haven't overwhelmed myself with 7 billion kids. So, I guess there's that going for me. But my mom, I love her. I love her to death. And this is why I feel this way. I feel this way because I love her to death. Why are you doing this to yourself? You're my mom. You don't think I still, does she not think I still fucking need her? Like, just because I moved out at 18, I still call you, though. When everything happened with my baby daddy, I called you. I mean, you kind of threw it in the garbage, but, I still called you because you're my mom, and, what else am I supposed to do? Supposed to feel about this? What am I supposed to? And then I can't. Every time I try to talk to her about it, tell her about it, like yesterday, the whole reason why we fought. What I tried to tell her, I was like, listen, you're in the hospital. You won't even let me come see you. What are you hiding? That's really how I felt. I was like, what is it that you're not telling me? Because not only. Sorry, somebody was looking at me through the driver's door of the car, and we made eye contact. I don't know if they knew I was talking to myself in my car to my phone. Whatever. Let me remember my train of thought. Eek. Shit. What was I saying? Genuinely can't even remember. I just feel so blanked right now. It's crazy. This happens all the time. So why I tried to record it, because I was like, somebody's got to hear me talking. I'm not saying I talk to myself. No, I kind of do. I might be crazy. Maybe I take back that whole thing about needing to go see someone. I mean, I go to therapy. But I'm not gonna hurt anybody. But the thing, okay. That's where I was. The thing with my mom is she won't do anything to help herself. Also, if you want to have all these kids, that's great. Good for you. If you want to be the mother of all mothers with 15 billion fucking kids, do you, boo-boo. I don't give a fuck. But remember, at the end of the day, that you're my mom, and do not overstep your own boundary. And you have overstepped your own boundary. million times over. Without doing the work to expand your boundary. Like, if you want to make your boundary limitless, you have to do the work to make it limitless. She's not doing the work. She's just opening her legs and letting my father nut in her and just being okay with it. Hoping and praying that something comes out of it. I don't know. 9 times out of 10, I can't even tell if she likes my dad. 9 times out of 10, I can't even tell if she likes us. She likes being pregnant. She says she doesn't. She complains the whole time. But if she didn't, then she wouldn't get pregnant. And if she loved the baby part as much as she says she does, she would be the one doing the baby part and the kid part and the teen part and the adult part, and she's not doing any of it. No, she's just pushing them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, it's crazy. Small ass town that my whole family used to live here. Okay, so my parents live states away. I live in a teensy weensy little baby town, middle of California, that my dad grew up in. My mom moved here in high school, and nobody seemed to like her very much up here either. Everybody in Mariposa doesn't seem to like my parents, except for like the very slim pickings of people, mostly just the people from like church and like people that I also don't like because they do and treat their children the same way as my parents do and treat me and my siblings. And they're like, see, it's normal. Other parents do it. Just because other parents do it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. You want to know what's crazy? I got yelled at in the middle of the grocery store for saying fuck in front of my son. By an old man. Old ass man. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Just because you wouldn't let your kid cuss, and just because you wouldn't cuss in front of your kid does not mean I have to parent the same way. Most parents don't allow their kids to cuss. Well, I mean, nowadays they do, I guess. But, you know, back in the day, most parents didn't allow their kids to cuss. When I grew up, my parents didn't even allow me to say the word dumb. Here's my thing with cussing. And my son, just for clarity, as long as he uses it correctly and he's not saying it mean, hateful, or harmful towards anyone, so be it. I'm not gonna get mad at him every single time he fucking drops the cup on the floor and says shit, because he does that. But so do I. My parents did. But if I said shit, my head was knocked off my fucking shoulders. And they don't think they did that, but they fucking did. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, my mom, she gets so postpartum in her brain. And I think it's the postpartum. It's got to be the hormones from pregnancy and whatever. Because I also know my mom deep in my soul. Because she's my mom, and I've seen her in every different version of her that there really has ever been. Because before me, she was a child. And at the beginning of me, she was a child. So, period. I know my mom probably better than anybody else, including my dad because my dad isn't the fuck around, okay? He's in the military, he works a lot, he's got to pay for all these damn kids. We get it. My mom will be pregnant or just freshly given birth, be put into a situation in which she is overwhelmed, react in a very human way for somebody put in that position, but not a motherly way, like abusive, verbally, physically. It's a little hard for her to be, well, no, it's physical abuse whether it hurts you or not, but it was hard for her to be physically abusive because she knew that it didn't hurt us, because let me tell you, when I tell you my mother is frail, the frailest human being I think I've ever seen walk the face of the earth. My mom looks like the gust of wind in the desert, like when it's not windy. Like, think of the most breeziest, softest, breeziest place, okay? Put my mom there and her arms are broken. I'm being so for real. Like, my mom is frail. She is 37 and not even 100 pounds. I mean, of course she is right now because she's pregnant, but that's the only time she exceeds 100 pounds. I just ran a red light. Whoops. And then, as soon as she has the baby, she's like, the only bit of fat on her is from her body stretching out so hard when she fucking gets pregnant. It's the skin left behind. There's no fat, there's no muscle, there's nothing. She's skin and bones. So my mom would put her frail ass in these fucking very overwhelming situations. Mind you, all of my siblings have ADHD, probably pretty extreme. I know she tries to say it's not as extreme as it is, but remembering back to the meltdowns and remembering back to what was going on with us, like, I'm not telling you we were easy kids. I'm not telling you we were like, I'm so sorry, Mom, I will do everything you say, don't hit me. No, we were being crazy. We were being insane. We were being overwhelming. So many different things, so many stages of life happening all at the same time. And she has to handle that by herself, too, because it was just us and her in the house because my dad was at work. And we were homeschooled. So she didn't get a break ever. She's got all these fucking kids in the house by herself, 24/7, 365. Of course she went crazy. Of course she snapped. Of course she fucking smacked the shit out of me for little shit. Because Philip is fucking painting on the walls and Violet just pissed on the ground and fucking this happened and that happened and this happened and this happened, and then I forgot to sweep the floor, or she just stepped on a Lego because I forgot one. My dad was in the military for most of my childhood. Traumatic as fuck. She's also pushing out babies 24/7. Traumatic as fuck. When my dad got out of the military is when things got really bad, because now he's home more often, but now I wish he was back to being gone. Like, I want things to go back to the way they were, because at least now I've kind of navigated my mom enough to stay out of trouble. But now my dad's back in the picture, kind of, because he still works a lot. But he's home a lot more than he was. Now he's trying to be some type of authority figure, like he knows how this house runs. Bitch! Like I said, I ran the house. My mom thinks she ran the house. She did not run that house. I ran that house. Me and my siblings together figured it the fuck out. Always. Team effort. Like, if anything happened from that whole situation. It was just, I learned how to work as a team. I learned how to lead a fucking unit of people. But I didn't ask to be a soldier. I asked to be alive. I didn't even ask to be alive. You gave me life, and I asked for it to be good. I asked to be a kid. I spent my whole life making breakfast, feeding kids, changing their clothes, getting them ready for the day, and then if we're not going to church, we're doing school. If I'm not doing my own school, I'm helping everybody else get their schoolwork done. And if I'm not doing my own school or helping everybody else get their schoolwork done, I'm cleaning the house or going to work or getting ready for the next meal or getting the clothes ready for the next day. Or that's an adult life for an 11-year-old. And she wonders why I snapped, why I said what I said. I'm done caring about you. I told her that. I'm done being worried for you when all you've ever done is stress me out. So I stopped because I had to get gas and smoke. So I apologize if after this I seem a little rambly and like I'm repeating myself for obvious reasons. An example of a story where we were being crazy and, you know, my parents just, all they needed to do was be, you know, level-headed parents, but they were overwhelmed kids. Comes into play, and why I have worries and why I feel the way that I do. I've got brother number 1, 2, and 3 and myself in a room. Okay, brother number 1 is after me. At the time, I'm like 8 or 9. I don't even think I'm 8 yet. I think I'm either almost 8 or just turned 8. My brother is 7. Brother number 1 is 7. Brother number 2 is 5, and the brother number 3 is 4. Okay? Brother number 1 and I are digging around with cars that we found in a box that my dad had locked away on the top of the closet, like with a padlock, because we had them taken away like 6 months ago, and he lost the key, so we just never got our toys back. Anyway, we were playing with them. We were supposed to be packing, and in that box was also a bowling ball. Brother number 2 takes the bowling ball to the top of the top bunk, and it's a triple bunk bed, and drops it onto the floor. Mind you, we're on the 2nd story of military housing, very creaky, very hollow. That bowling ball should have gone straight through the ground. It did not. My brother hears my dad coming, races down to the bottom bunk, and kicks the bowling ball underneath the bed. And my dad comes in, what the fuck just happened? And my brother number 1 is with me, and he goes, they pushed the bowling ball off the bed. He said they. I don't know why he said they. He said they when it was just Philip. He said they, I'll cut that part out. He said they when it was just brother number 2. Brother number 3 was literally minding his own damn business on the motherfucking ground. Because he's 4. my dad looks at them and fucking screams, like on the top of his lungs, in their fucking face, if you fucking do that shit again, I will bust your ass into next week. He says, don't worry, I'll leave bruises. Like, literally, this was threats that my dad would make. And most of the time they didn't have bruises, but that's not a threat you say to a fucking 4 and 5-year-old. Okay? Number 1. Then he walks out the room. He goes back downstairs. Me and my brother continue to play with these cars. Me and brother number 1 continue to play with these cars. Brother number 2 continues to do whatever the fuck he's doing in the car. Like, I don't even know what he was doing. He was quiet. He was just sitting there. And then brother number 2 gets the fucking bowling ball out from underneath the bed, takes it up to the top, and drops it back down. Races back down, kicks the bowling ball right back underneath the bed. And my dad comes in. And immediately, before my dad could even say anything, my brother's face flashed. Everyone in the room's face flashed fear, because my dad, we knew what it looked like when he was about to unleash his wrath upon us because we had just pushed it too far. He fucking screams and he goes, who did that? And brother number 2 points at brother number 3, the 4-year-old, doing nothing in the corner, and said it was him, thinking that my dad would go easy. He yanked my brother up by his t-shirt onto his feet, told him to stand, grabbed both of his hands up to his head like this, and started smacking his ass over and over. I don't even know how many times he hit him. So hard that my brother couldn't keep his feet on the ground. He was basically just holding him by his hands and whooping his ass, and his legs were flying from how hard he was hitting him. He was like, don't you ever fucking do that shit again. And he drops it. And brother number 1, the snitch, the one who always tells the truth 9 times out of 10, so long as the situation's going in his favor, stands up and he was like, it wasn't him, it was brother number 1. And my dad just kind of like blanks. Like, his whole face just goes blank. And he's like, oh. And then he turns around and he smacks brother number 2 not even nearly as hard, and not even nearly as many times. He smacked him the amount of times that we're supposed to get spanked, the amount of times they say that they spank us, which is our age. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 5. And he smacked him. He spanked him on his butt. So it's legal. But that was not okay. Like, we did dumb shit. Like, my brother should not have. And I don't think if brother number 2 knew what was gonna happen, like, he thought he was gonna go easy on him because he's 4. Why would you hit him that hard? Why would you go that hard on a 4-year-old? Every older sibling does it. Like, wasn't me, it was little sibling. Little sibling gets a slap on the wrist. That's how it's supposed to work. And it did most of the time. But then there were times like that it was just like, what happened? Like, My parents tried. They tried to be good parents. I know they did. My mom is trying. She is trying to be a good parent. I know she is. She has morals in there. She knows what she's doing. She's not that stupid. She's just overwhelmed. But she did it to herself. So is she stupid? I don't know. What do you mean? So yeah, I'm just conflicted and angry. Very angry. And I needed to vent. And this felt good. And I might post this. I'm actually thinking, like, post this on YouTube. She's not going to see it. And if she does, what is she going to do? Be mad? It's not like I'm saying anything that's a lie.